In the age of smartphones and digital cameras, capturing moments has never been easier. However, with the convenience of snapping hundreds or thousands of photos comes the challenge of managing them all. If your digital photo library is a cluttered mess, you're not alone. Organizing your photos can feel overwhelming, but with the right strategy, you can bring order to the chaos and make it easier to find, enjoy, and share your memories. All right, so Rachel is joining us today. And Rachel, this is incredible. So we were talking before we started recording. First of all, I love your hairdo. It's very similar to mine. Yes. And we found out that we literally live right down the street from one another. So the synchronicity is off the charts today. I know we're going to have a great conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's Kismet for sure. This is our meet cute. And
exactly. All right. Well, I'm excited to talk to you today, Rachel, because we all have these little guys, right? And we're all out and about taking photos, going about our day, recording life in various ways. And then inevitably I get to, scrolling on my phone. It says like, I'm out of storage. I'm like, I'm out of storage because I have all these amazing photos and videos on my phone and no way to view them other than just scrolling through this. So I wanted to talk to you because there's got to be a better way, because like I said, we've got this incredible way of capturing these moments, but we struggle a little bit with being able to reflect on those moments and store those moments. And, I've gotten into positions where I've lost a lot of content because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So help us, Rachel. How do we preserve our digital photos?
I am here. I think it was last year, the most recent statistics said that we collectively took over 1.7 trillion digital photos last year. I mean, it's an astronomical amount. We're all carrying a camera and a computer around in our pockets.
Yeah.
It's not like when, I was younger and somebody had to actually bring a camera and make sure you had the film and was the flash working. It was a whole experience. So now we take photos of everything, right? And so it's the sheer volume that you have on your phone. The first step is taking inventory of what you have. Look around your house, create a bin or a box and start putting things in there as you find them. You go to the junk drawer and you notice there's a memory card, or you find a couple CDs. Start getting that together and create a list of where those online photos might be. Okay. And then once you know where everything is, the next step is consolidating. It's the idea that when we want to evaluate anything, let's say you were cleaning out your closet or your junk drawer, you take everything out, right? We're not going to clean one drawer at a time, or I'm just going to do t-shirts. We take everything out. Look at it. It's the same with photos. Yeah. So you're going to take everything and transfer it to a new drive. So you have everything together. Okay. So the idea is whether you hire somebody like our company that provides digital and print organizing support and consolidation, or you purchase the equipment yourself, you want to transfer all those items online on devices into one location. Okay. So that's the consolidating. That's making sure you have it in one place and you can back that up. If you do nothing else, that's a great first step because at least everything is in one place and protected. Now the next step is now we have to do the cleanup, and that involves a little more, it's going to take a little more time, and it depends on your level of interest in doing the project. Do you have the time to do it? Do you have the technical know-how and the equipment? So we got to get rid of duplicates all the time, right? Your husband maybe sends you a photo and you already had that photo, or you're sharing things and or the photos that, what I like to say, don't tell your story. You took a screenshot of a boarding pass, or you're in the store and you take a picture of a fabric because you say, oh, I'd love this for curtains. Right. Or the field trip, piece of paper for your kids at school. I mean, does any of this sound familiar? I imagine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Or when you're trying to take pictures of your kids, I call it spray and pray. Like, okay, I'm going to take like a bunch and one of them is bound to show up okay.
Right. I mean, and what's wonderful is this technology has afforded us the opportunity to take 1,000 photos because we want to get the right one, but we don't ever go back to find that right one and enjoy it. And so instead, when you're scrolling through all of these photos, it just feels overwhelming and kind of stressful.
Right.
The next one is let's organize them in a way that makes sense. And the only way for the most part, that makes sense is to organize them chronologically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you're living your life. So you've got this wonderful collection of photos that are organized chronologically, but in order to find them easily, you assign facial recognition and keywords. So I have 2 kids, Isaiah and Darian, and I can type one or both of their names, and I can get every photo that their face is in just by typing their name. Once you've assigned those keywords and things that make sense to you, maybe your kids do 4-H, or they play volleyball, or they're in drama, things that are relevant to you. What are you going to look for? What do you need to search for? And then there's a number of places that you can store your photos. I know a lot of people, most of us have iPhones. Many of us have iPhones. And so a lot of people like to store their photos on Apple Photos. I think that can work if you have a strategy. Typically, I like to store photos off of Apple Photos because it's not considered a true storage. In other words, it's there for syncability, right? So your laptop and your iPad and your computer, everything can talk to each other, but it's not necessarily the best storage. And unfortunately, we have had some clients who have had their Apple ID hacked and they've lost all their photos. Wow. I've had 2 clients that had to go to the FBI and try and get their photos back. I mean, the FBI to get their photos on their phone. So having multiple backups is a big deal. Now, there are photo apps out there that are free or subscription based that are designed specifically for your home photos. So one that I really like is called SmugMug. I always say it's a terrible name, but a great site. Not a terrible name, but it's just, it doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely as some others.
Yeah.
But it is a site that is dedicated specifically to your photos. It gives you the opportunity to share and view your photos. So I can get on my phone right now. And because I've got all my photos organized, both print and digital, I can show you photos of my childhood and show you that I truly am a redhead, even if I get a little help these days.
And those different apps, there's fees associated with them, right?
So it's, yes. And I always say it's a get what you pay for, right? Okay. So whenever we pay for anything or whenever we connect with any app, there's always some kind of a fee, whether it's monetary or you're paying in another way. So, for example, Google Photos, I don't typically recommend because there's some rights issues that make me a little uncomfortable to put my family's personal photos up there. So they do have a free Photos app, right? Google Photos that you can use, but what are you paying for? You're paying with your privacy. There's a reason you can Google things. Yep. So I would feel more comfortable with my family photos knowing they're in a secure cloud-based program that is encrypted and password protected and doesn't have ads. It's one of the reasons that I do recommend SmugMug because it's created by photographers for photographers or people who enjoy their photos. And there are no ads and it's totally encrypted. There's some other ones. Mylio, MYLIO is a great one, and it allows you to consolidate from social media, from different drives. It helps you with facial recognition. So there are a number of apps out there, but it is important to either work with an expert or do your due diligence, especially in this day and age, with all the security and privacy issues.
This has been so helpful. Thank you so much. This has been eye-opening. I'm like writing a mental to-do list of all the things that I need to do now with my phone, with my photos, but very helpful. Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're welcome, Sunny, and best of luck. Keep me updated.
Thank you. Organizing your digital photos can be a daunting task, but with the right approach, it's completely manageable. By gathering your photos, using consistent naming conventions, leveraging photo management tools, and staying on top of those backups, you can create an organized photo library that's easy to navigate and enjoyable to look through. So start today. And if you need some help, reach out to Rachel at 2000paces.com.